Hello and welcome back to the group stages of the International 3. We are here with Group B. We're seeing Rattlesnake and VirtusPro. They are fighting for points, because you get points for winning. Each team faces each other twice. Rattlesnake so far having 1 point over VirtusPro. VirtusPro looking to get points because they are in need of them. They have got only 1 win so far. And I mean, even though it's pretty safe to say that with this loss already, with already 1 loss there, they're not going to make it out of the... well, they are going to make it out of the group stage, but they're not going to be in the winner's bracket for the playoff brackets. But they still need to get more points to try and hope that they are going to be seeded, preferably for them. Rattlesnake still have a chance to make it out and go into the winner's bracket if they win every single game from this point onwards. So we're going to see if they can do that. Of course, with me is Beatus. Beatus, welcome back.
Yep, and Alchemist left in the pool.
Yep, and Alchemist, Rattlesnake Alchemist.
Yep, and VP taking a page out of the top Chinese teams, and they went with the Lifestealer and Dragon Knight instantly.
Yep. As
they're 2 strength heroes, they're 2 strength semi-carries that are just tanky and hard to kill and super obnoxious to play against.
10 seconds remaining.
But Bane is the response from Rattlesnake. Bane's always been good against Lifestealer in lane, as well as just throughout the game, being able to Fiend's Grip through his rage.
Yep, we're gonna see if Rattlesnake can deal with the combination. I mean, so far they've been showing that they're pretty strong. VirtusPro not really able to play their own lineup again. I mean, they just didn't feel as on the ball. The moment that VirtusPro went for aggression, they could actually, you know, you could see that was a pace that they were comfortable with. That was a playstyle that they were comfortable with, but they just can't hold on to that. It seems like they're just struggling to find their pace in all the games, and when they do find them, they lose it so fast, because all the opposing teams are apparently clever enough to be able to disrupt that flow that VirtusPro can bring to a team fight or to a game in general. So we're gonna see if VirtusPro maybe this time can get themselves that flow. I mean, Lifestealer, Dragon Knight, 2 strong heroes already. I need to say though, Crazy on the Dragon Knight, he does play that quite strong, but it's not one of those aggressive solo mids that he prefers to play.
Are you trying to say he's strong on Dragon Knight because it's a strength hero?
No,
I see what you did there.
I just want to point out,
I know.
We've had a lot of games, not this weekend, but just overall, that had more intellect heroes than anything else. This game already sees 3 strength.
Strongmen are prominent.
Did you actually were able to do the thing that you said in the chat? Said how you are when you wake up?
Splashing cold water on my face, yes.
Yes. And then you're
bad case of insomnia or something last night?
Yeah, seems so.
Was not pleasant.
Well, hopefully that's gonna be... Well, actually, no. You know what casting does with you? You create a lot of adrenaline, and therefore sleeping is often troublesome for a lot of casters. Luckily, I don't have that issue.
Yeah, you don't get hyped up.
I do, actually, but I am able to sleep everywhere, anywhere, because of something I had when I was younger. Always, I can sleep. It's a blessing. It is a blessing. With Jen and Enchantress banned out, we have got supports banned out all over the place with Keeper of Light and Shadow Demon removed as well.
10 seconds remaining.
And Weaver picked up for Rattlesnake, so they've got themselves a dual core combination right there. Looking strong.
And they have Weaver, so they automatically win. That hero just, it doesn't lose, apparently.
By the way, your microphone seems to be slightly on the wrong side of your head again.
What the heck? Alright, it should be good now.
It is good now. Darkseer picked up a VirtusPro, making it all the way to the 2nd pick phase. That's quite surprising. I mean, normally we see him picked up a lot earlier, but...
I mean, it goes both ways with Darkseer, because some teams just don't prioritize him super high. And neither of these 2 teams do that. When teams do prioritize him high, then he'll get picked up early.
That's basically goes for every single hero that there is.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, every team's got their priorities, and if you try to read into another team, you can see how they value certain heroes. If you know that a team prioritizes a hero that you think, or that you have a strategy built around that you want to use, you might pick up that hero sooner than you normally would against another team.
Yeah.
So,
I agree with that.
Darkseer in this case slips through to the 2nd phase. I mean, it's not a big surprise to me.
Well, Rattlesnake taking their time to decide what they are going to play next. I mean, with the 2 cores, we could see an Alchemist solo mid. They've done that before. One thing that I would still like to see from Rattlesnake, and what we haven't seen in a while, so I'm not really expecting it, I just want to put it out there. Since we don't cast that many Rattlesnake games, I want to see a Luo Shadow Shaman mid. Thank you very much, make it happen.
Please, Luo, listen to Sheever, make it happen.
Yes. And that's one of the first heroes I actually saw Luo play. One of the first Asian games that I casted was in the group stages for the International 2. And Luo Shadow Shaman was a pretty nice sight for sore eyes. But Leshrek gets picked up, so you got yourself your Bane combination with the Nightmare setting up for the Split Earth. Not the first time that we've seen that today. Though the first time that we saw it today was on the losing side.
It did not work.
Exactly. But that was
then again,
MUFC.
Nothing's worked for MUFC.
Exactly. Oh, that's so sad.
Hopefully they can turn it around. Hopefully VP can turn it around here. There's a lot of teams that they want to redeem themselves. Please, VP, redeem yourselves. I know they've got it in them. They're a strong team. Yes!
Oh my god.
Yes! Finally.
You've been complaining about Jakiro the entire day.
Jakiro's a really strong hero, and people just don't play it. The one thing that worries me about VP playing it is it's not a good roaming hero, per se, and that's when VP looks like they're at their best, when NS and Arzar can control the flow of the game via their roaming together. THT is amazing in teamfights though, and maybe this is just what they needed. A big teamfight lineup to get them into it.
They do have the vacuum to combine with it. So that's quite nice. Vacuum into the ice path, macro player.
That DK splash is huge too.
Yeah.
The best carrier for lifesteal right now is going to be Darkseer, or whoever Darkseer surges, or DK once he gets the Lothars. They've got some options, they're not the best. Since they have to pick another support for VP, they might actually go into a Nyx Assassin for their last.
Okay, hopefully my voice is now better. Since the sensitivities were set to be too low, I put it better. So hopefully you can all hear me now. And hopefully everybody hears videos as well. I don't know if it was me or you, so...
You sound the same to me.
Hmm?
You sound exactly the same to me.
I know, it goes for in-game.
Oh, okay.
So people in-game, let's see, let me know if it's working. Like if it's working, you don't need to say anything. If it's not working, let me know. Basically that. Beastmaster picked up by Rattlesnake. We've seen quite a few Beastmasters today. I like it because normally at 6 he will try to get kills. He needs to be getting kills, that's his thing. Of course, very strong up against the Lifestealer. Up against the Dragonite, we've seen Dragonite Beastmaster earlier today. Dragonite should be okay, but as will Beastmaster.
It's not necessarily a mid Beastmaster. I'm expecting it to be, but it could be a mid Weaver and an Offlane Beast, or mid Alchemist and Offlane Beast. I'm hoping it's a mid Beast though, because I am not a fan of Offlane Beastmaster at all. That hero can get exploited so hard on the offlane and just shut down absolutely completely.
Well, I'm a fan. Oh well. What do you
Calling
think?
Up a Nyx Assassin as the last pick here.
Okay, I shall say Vengeful Spirit. Actually, that would mean NS will play. Actually, NS can play Vengeful Spirit. I would like to see Vengeful Spirit. So he's not banned, right? No. Or maybe still one of those typical VirtusPro supports like Skywrath Mage. Of course, that's very strong up against the Weaver. Or Silencer slash... what's the other one? Disruptor. Wouldn't be too bad. I mean, Disruptor, if you get yourself a Wombo combo style, well, that's gonna be Vacuum into Kinetic Field, Static Storm, Ice Path, Macropire, Breath Fire, everything! Splash.
Just name all the spells!
Name all the spells, everything at the same time. It works. It works. But all the spells that I mentioned
They're
are
thinking hard
AoE
about the
spells.
support pick. Lich, wow!
I just named 3 different supports. Just wanting to at least have one right, you know? No such luck. In comes the Lich. I like it though. It's able to deny farm to that Alchemist, even though Alchemist is gonna get farm regardless, obviously.
I definitely think they're gonna dual lane Lich on either mid or the offlane. I want to see which one they do it to. I'm assuming it's gonna be offlane, or they might even just straight up jungle the Darkseer and offlane a support lich that's just gonna sit there to deny, and he has boots first. He's running up there to ward. They're running up as 5 at the top, but this could definitely be a straight up jungle Darkseer from KSI.
Yeah, especially if I mean that safe trial lane is still gonna be, if it is indeed a safe trial lane, it's gonna be very dangerous still, because Nightmare into Split Earth, it's pretty risky, pretty powerful. Let's see who's playing what though. NS for VirtusPro on the Radiant side will be playing the Lich, Illidan Airman Stormrage, and one of his signature heroes, the Lifestealer Arsart on the Jakiro, or otherwise known as THD or Twin-Headed Dragon. KSI or Xi playing his signature Darkseer, and Crazy will take on the mid role as the Dragon Knight. And they don't find anybody in the jungle for Rattlesnakes, because Rattlesnakes is all in the jungle of VirtusPro.
Yep, and that makes me think, and also looking at Luo's item build, that they're gonna solo Alchemist and against the Lich and have an aggressive tri-lane here with Icy. And look at their supports moving, that's definitely what's going on here. If you look at the item build on this Lich, he has boots first. He bought the wards because he is expecting a tri-lane up there. So this straight up jungle Darkseer isn't gonna quite work out when there's an aggressive tri-lane going to shut down the snakes.
Yeah, we'll see how much they actually can. You want to introduce Rattlesnake still? Rattlesnake Snail?
Alright, so we got Luo, not playing Shadow Shaman, he's playing Alchemist on top lane.
Sad.
Solo against the Lich. Icy is going to be in the tri-lane joined as the Weaver, joined by Kabu's Leshrac, and Sagam on the Bane, aka the Snail Man, because that hero is an actual snail. And Lanham on this Beastmaster, he's got a pretty cool hat, you know, a Viking horn hat or something. He's going to be chilling in the mid lane against Crazy's
It's a
DK.
Skyrim helm.
I don't know that game.
You don't know Skyrim?
I know of it, but I don't know it.
Oh. Okay. Fair enough. Well, I don't know why you call him the Snailman, because he's actually faster than the Crystal Maiden. Unless you want to go...
No. He looks like a snail.
He doesn't look like
Look
a snail.
at Bane.
He doesn't
Are you
look
kidding?
like
Look at Bane, he's a snail. Look at that snail trail behind him as he runs around.
Smoke.
That's a snail trail. That is an actual snail. You know what you're talking about, Sheever.
Well...
And
where's my snail?
DP's reaction to this aggressive tri-lane was to send Illidan to the top lane, and they're just gonna dual lane KSI plus Arzard on bottom. I'm gonna play defensively down here and try to not die.
It should be working out, actually. I like this VirtusPro going for the 2-1-2 build on their lanes. Icy will still get farm. I mean, the Rattlesnake is not really shut down by anything like this, so they will still be able to do their thing. And actually might be able to get a kill here. And KSI, Split Earth there as well. Ice Path comes in though, helping out a little bit. KSI surges himself away. Should be safe. Still has a bug chasing him around, but the tower will help out with that one. So that's gonna be supports realizing that's not what they want to be doing anymore. So Sagam goes top. And Kabu will probably rotate a little bit as well.
Yeah, but that's gonna force more movement out of VP, as Illidan's not gonna want to be up here.
Yeah. He's just gonna have a TP and go back. Bottom. There's gonna be a bit of this rotation battle going on. Lanham gonna be able to pick up the rune. Nice one, 2-minute rune. For him, Crazy is just gonna bottle crow though. Crazy has got that bottle indeed. He's got 9 last hits for 1. While Lanham is sitting on 10-4, and Lanham actually rotating with that regen, or with that Illu rune. Seeing if they can get a kill now. Maybe because VirtusPro thinks they're safe, in comes the Split Earth, perhaps. Skabu cuts it up, there's a surge up on
they're gonna
Arsart.
switch to KSI.
Ice
Nope.
Path up on 2. Arsart kind of in a lot of trouble right now, on the wrong side of this. And he will go down, or will he actually? In comes his creep wave.
Got boots.
And he's gonna
good
Split
stun.
Earth. That's kill. First blood goes away of Kabu.
Clutch stun by Kabu there.
Yeah.
That was max range on the edge of it with a rank 1 stun against the hero that has boots.
In the meantime, on the top lane, something going on as well, as we see that Luo is actually taking a lot of damage from Illidan right here. Sagam can't do anything to help him. Boots up on only Illidan though, but the cell for Luo keeps him safe. No kill happening on the top lane. Lich almost died as well, but also he lives.
It was only a rank 1 brain sap and Lich has boots, so they're not chasing the Lich down that has boots.
No point in doing that one. In the meantime, even with Lanham rotating, 14-4 for him, Crazy sitting on 17-5, so the difference still not that big considering Crazy got some free time here. Making Lanham's rotation all the better. Get himself that assist gold.
and it's a whole bunch of assist gold for first bloods, even with 3 heroes there. Oh, ours are roaming on Lana mid.
Nice path, dual breath,
Paying
Lanham.
it back to
That's
favor.
skill. Crazy. Now getting himself an advantage over that mid lane for sure. In comes Kabu though. He's going to be taking up some experience and gold while Lanham is away. He's only level 2 so far.
He's gonna try to attack the rune and deny it. Oh, good
Nice
stun
dodge.
Dire's middle tower
Yep,
is under
Crazy had
attack.
a good decision there. He might have not necessarily been trying to dodge that stun.
Oh,
He knew
Saga will
that-
die. Brain Sap is not going to keep him up. Should not keep him up. Arsart comes in. Alchemist stun still there. Dual breath though. Luo. A lot of trouble. Here comes an Ice Path as well. This is going to be 2 kills going the way of VirtusPro. Both going the way of, one of Arsart actually, one of Illidan, so no double kills just yet. But that's VirtusPro taking 3 kills in quick succession of each other. All involving that twin-headed dragon that you were talking about.
Yep. Crazy when he was going for the rune, he knew that Leshrac with boots would be able to deny it with the positioning of the 2 heroes, so he ran at Leshrac to force him to run away. Because if he runs at Leshrac and there's a fear of a stun coming out from DK, then he doesn't want to potentially die, and he had instead just back up. Especially because of the missed stun from himself.
Yep.
We had DP threw a curveball at Rattlesnake this game, and they didn't really know how to react.
Yeah, and next to Luo, he has abandoned the top lane completely. He's sitting up on the high ground, waiting for a gank to be going off on the Dragon Knight, but he pops his Dragon Form. Crazy, he's going to be safe for a while, and that's going to mean that Luo probably will be walking back to the top lane soon, depending on the movements of Crazy still. Which
Yep. And with that early rotation and the death from Lan M, he's barely level 5, while almost level 7 is up on the DK.
Under attack.
Yeah, that's painful. And the heroes on the top lane already backed off as well. Regen rune on Crazy, so he's back to a nice amount of mana again as well.
Yep, and he's got shreds completed now. He's farming pretty well on this DK.
Yeah.
The next rune's going to be an important one. DK might not even go for it. He might instead just pressure this tower. Rune's top, he's going. He's not going to make it.
Top
Is he?
tower is under attack.
Oh!
Ah, nice dodge for the stun on the top lane.
He can chase him down. Yeah.
He has got a Dragon Tool up again in 3 seconds, so Lanham. He is going to be getting some help though from the high ground. Crazy, I don't know if you want to continue chasing that. I was going to say. That was a bit
And-
risky.
Breathe Fire at rank 4 does 225 damage after magic resist, so you wouldn't have gotten that kill if you used it anyway.
Yeah, Crazy back in the mid lane. I mean, he's doing really well. All of VirtusPro is actually doing fairly well for themselves. 4 heroes of their lineup in 3 heroes of their lineup in the top 5. Beastmaster and Weaver not doing too bad though. I mean, this Weaver is still free farming on the bottom lane. He's got through the last hits. He hasn't died yet. We have an assist for that first blood. And he is going to be one of those nuisances that you can't ignore him. But for now, he's getting ignored. But the moment that he comes out of the shadows, he is going to be killing off people on VirtusPro side. And the question is, does VirtusPro has enough to deal with that when it happens?
I see, when he was playing Weaver in the wildcard match against Quanic,
Yeah.
he also did this where he buys an urn on Weaver and looks to participate a lot in fights. He doesn't necessarily, he will split push to farm, but he doesn't constantly split push to get pressure on towers. He likes to join every fight with his early urn. So he plays a different style Weaver than what we've been seeing today from, I can't remember which team or Fnatic. Fnatic is just a split push pretty much.
Yeah. Lanham goes down mid. Crazy with the kill. Ice Path helping out. Once again, Jakiro being around there
Good
to help.
rotations from Arzart. Getting these kills that early game. Good early game so far.
You were saying that Jakiro is not really the hero that you want to be roaming around with. He's not really one of those ganking supports. Well, Arzart proved you wrong.
Okay. So not good in a roaming duo. But they've got this Lich that's statically sitting top, denying creeps and
Getting that
sleep
man.
on top.
In comes the stun from Luo. Gets dodged though. In comes Arzart looking for that Ice Path splitter. Still up on Lich. He goes down. Dual breath there. Eating from Kabu as well. Ice Path up on Sagam and Lifestealer. He actually has to run right now. No, never mind. He's dead. In comes Crazy though. That should be turning this around again. Dragon Tail up on Kabu. He goes down. Oh, wow! That breathes fire.
Radiant's middle
Crazy kills for Crazy. Gets a double kill. I don't think even he was expecting that.
That was just stupid TP positioning from Sagam. He didn't have boots. He could have bought them and a TP, and run up to this spot or run down here and been completely safe. Instead, he TPs right where he buys it over here and just gets hit by the brief fire by the tip. And that's one of those rare plays where it's a small mistake, but when it pays off for the other team, it's a big payoff.
It is. Edict for Kabu, level 2, so forcing out the fortification in the mid lane. Lich still around there though. He's only level 5, so not yet having his Chain Force. Of course, Chain Force for Lich, such a powerful spell, bounces 10 times.
Yep, and those 10 bounces catches, or when that change first happened, it caught a lot of pros off guard how many times it actually bounces now, because it's just a hero that everyone's played against so many times that you're used to feeling out and how many bounces are left. Then they all of a sudden add in some extras, and for a while it caught people off guard. I'm sure it's not a problem anymore, or hoping at least.
One of the, of course, combinations that you can have is Alchemist Indeed died top. You can have your vacuum, like normally, the one thing that you do when you get yourself a Chain Frost on you as your enemy team has the Lich, you run, you scatter, you split, you know, you make sure that it goes away. If you have yourself a vacuum inside of an ice path, you can't really do that. You're gonna be taking a lot of hits from that one. So the perfect combination for VirtusPro on the board. The question is if they can get it out. For their sake, I hope that they do. Of course, Rattlesnake, they kind of need to win this if they still want to have a chance to make it onto the top 4 as well. So they are looking to still take this back. We do have Dragonite though, with that double kill that he took, highest up on the net worth by 1.5k difference compared to that Weaver on that bottom lane.
And if you look at the levels on supports, ours are 7 working on 8. There's level 6 on the Lich, while it's level 6 on the Leshrac and 6 on the main. Okay, so it's closer than it was a second ago because these supports are getting soul experience on top. But before it was only 5s for both supports from Rattlesnake, and they've been pulling on top lane to get their experience. Meanwhile, Arzard is getting his purely from roaming, and here he is mid again. Now he's level 8. Every time Arzard roams somewhere, it's a kill.
Rage buyback? Misclick?
It's probably a misclick. He's gonna TP bottom and try to get KSI. Solo smoking himself.
In the meantime, on the top lane, Kabu looking to be dead. Or not. Or not. Actually, no, that Orb of Venom is gonna be slowing him down. Here comes the Rage. Illidan really wants to have this kill. Kabu really wants to not live, not die, but I mean... of course he wants to live.
And Luo is gonna stun himself.
Yeah. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, Fiend skip up on KSI, who's completely isolated and will be going down. In comes a Roar, just in case. Wasn't really worth the buyback, but still a nice kill for Rattlesnakes.
Finally, some kills for Rattlesnakes.
Well,
Some action on bottom lane too. She should say finally some kills for them. They did get 2 kills earlier in top lane.
Yeah. They got 4 kills in total. Not too bad. Not too bad at all, but I mean at this moment this Dragonite is just getting out of control right now. He has been in 5 kills so far. He's 4 for 0 for 1. And I mean this is just the start of it. His net worth is almost 2k higher than the second highest, which is actually in his team.
Yeah, he's gonna have a very quick Shadow Blade this game. He's saving up for now, he's only 200 gold off. And quick Shadow Blades are a problem on DK.
Ice Path up on Icy, he was able to get himself away with the Shikushi. But if Dragonite is there, and that's a kill! Thank you team, Crazy says. I'll come in to pick up the scraps and pick up the kills. And that's gonna be Shadow Blade. VirtusPro looking like the VirtusPro that we know.
Yes, Crazy's having a good game. He's had a couple of bad ones in this tournament, a couple mediocre ones, and now he's finally having a good one. And with that, VP has a commanding lead right now.
Very commanding lead. And with that Shadow Blade, they can hold on to it as well. They should be able to. Second tower down on Rattlesnake as well, so more gold going the way of VirtusPro, so VirtusPro support, especially those, getting themselves ahead. Still Lich quite poor, but he does, of course, have his level 6 right now. He's even almost level 7. He's doing pretty nicely for himself. Rattlesnake, they should be the ones to try and make things happen on the map right now.
Yeah. They have to. They have, like, this Alchemist is such a non-factor this game. And that's a rarity. Because there's always something you can do usefully on that hero. Meanwhile, this Leshrac has probably more farm than him. Maybe check out the net worth tab.
No, it's close.
Oh, it's
but
It's
no.
close, yeah. Jeez, he has some monsters lich pretty much. That is embarrassing. The alchemists everywhere.
It is embarrassing. It's sad. Luo is gonna be able to farm a little bit more, but he has not picked up any points in Grievel's Greed. No surprise. Dragon Tail, wait a second. Icy, I'm not sure what he was thinking there.
He got ganked initially by
Is under attack.
4 heroes, and then he messed up using Shikuchi and then his ult. So that was on cooldown, and then he just gets hit by the Dragon Tail.
Yeah, and then he just dies. Very fast. Down goes the tower. VirtusPro at this point. They should probably just continue doing what they're doing. What do you suggest Rattlesnake do?
They need to get some smoke ganks off. They've got good ults for getting kills between Fiend's Grip and Beastmaster, but they need to be fighting small engagements with those ults. They're not strong enough to take an actual team fight. Alchemist Stun is also good when paired with those guys. He's got rank 4 Acid Spray. They need to find kills in small engagements. They can't fight 5v5. And VP right now is just group against 5. They might go for this mid tower. But at the same time, Crazy, his ult wore off, so he just TP'd bottom to farm it up.
Yeah, and KSI wants to have a bit of extra farm to get himself his mechanism up, so goes back inside the jungle. Meantime, we have NS with 1300 gold. Curious to see what he goes for, if he still wants to have maybe a Ghost Scepter to keep himself up. We have an Invis Rune up on Sag, so that's gonna be a free Fiend's Grip if he finds a good target. But everybody of VirtusPro around here, I think Sag should probably be thinking about heading back towards his side of the river.
He might be able to catch Arzart mid if he stays. And Arzart's only 200 gold away.
Oh, he shows himself. In comes Luo, but everybody moving this way already. KSI will be the one to die though, but in comes Ice Path. Luo in a lot of trouble. He will try to TP himself out. Is there anything else I can do is the question, Mitchell? No, it's not gonna be there. And that's gonna be Sag trying to run for it. And that should be successful.
Radiant
Kitty.
structures
Kitty.
are fortified.
Arzart TPing to just stay on top of Sag. Good Ice Path is going to tank some tower damage, then Illidan's here, and he's dead.
Yep,
NS takes the kill.
indeed he does. And they were able to get at least one trade off it. Of course, KSI died. His mechanism actually being slowed a little bit by it. He still has only 200 to go though, so not that much slowed.
Yep. VP's doing a pretty good job this game of defending their towers. They did lose the one on bottom, but they're playing against the Leshrac with Edict, and they've only lost one thus far. Meanwhile, they've gotten solid 3 of their own. Pretty soon they're gonna mount up a big push on mid, and then they'll look to split push out their lanes, and then go for the 2 on bottom.
Let's see if they can do that then, because they're already harassing middle a little bit. Illidan and NS sitting around there, with the rest of the team coming in. It's gonna be 5 mid.
Yep.
What can stop them now? Rattlesnake, actually, they're charging up the stun. Luo wants to go in. That's gonna be stun up on
And that
Crazy.
stun does no damage to DK because he has 25 armor.
Yeah, and that is also gonna be the stun on cooldown for a little while. And he actually lost quite a bit of mana with that as well.
Okay.
Nice.
Plan Embor.
Boar deny. That's pretty impressive. 26 attack damage is
That-
that what that boar has.
Yeah, that's half skill, half luck. Anytime you see a deny like that from a support hero, a summon, it's part skill, part timing, part luck. You can't reliably do that. But good job for him for having the timing down to get that. And VP, like I said, they're rotating towards bottom. DK though, he's cleaning up an ancient stack, continuing his farm towards BKB. He's only 200 off now. Meanwhile, Weaver's still staying on top, trying to push this tower.
I mean, right now, I mean, Rattlesnake also have got a chance to maybe go for some split push, but Icy is just not having the farm up for it just yet. I'm hearing some ticking sounds. Is that on your end? I don't hear you anymore now, so I guess
Yes.
it was.
It should be fixed now.
Okay, fixed indeed. So tier 1 tower. Top lane, who knows? Rattlesnake. Maybe they get it. They've got a level 3 edict. Trying to force out VirtusPro to come here, perhaps, to defend it. There's no fortification though. This tower should end up going down.
Under attack.
Unless VirtusPro TPs right now, but they just let it go. They're gonna farm bottom and push out and take their own tier 1. I mean, they have taken down the top lane and the middle lane in terms of tier 1 and tier 2s. Just the bottom lane left, so why not go for it? They will trade it for their own tier 1 and tier 2, but apparently they're okay with doing that.
This is good split push coming out from Rattlesnake, and VP realizes they have to do something about this.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I still got the tier 1 on the bottom lane. And in the end, it's an even trade. Both teams having people TP in to defend their tier 2s. Of course, Rattlesnake doing a little bit more damage to the tier 2 than... Oh, Roar, wait a second. Arsart in a lot of trouble. In comes a Chain Frost, though. Not killing off Lanham. Does do some harassment. Arsart might be able to do something with a dual breath. One more hit. He does get that kill. Jakiro and Lich do go down with him, though. But at least they get something in return of it. Bit of an awkward kill on Lanham, but oh well. Kill nonetheless. He still had 2 stick charges.
Yep, and Arzard saw him walk through the sentry and he fully committed while NS was just like baiting his teammate there, not really committing. Now they know they're going for Roshan. There is a sentry down, but if you look, once they get into the pit with its Lothars, they're not going to be revealed anymore. But right now, obviously,
Actually,
revealed.
Crazy is just doing crazy things. In comes a charge up stun. Nightmare up on Illidan. There is a BKB up on Crazy. He might decide to pop it. Gets stunned up before he can, though. Kabu will be the one to go down already by Illidan. Darkseer Wall trying to help out from KSI. It is a double kill for Lifestealer. There goes the Aegis. Goes the way of the Dragon Knight. Time lapse away. Icy not able to get there in time to get anything done. And that's Icy backing off. So Roshan and Aegis go on the way of VirtusPro.
Big steal for them. To make sure that Rattlesnake didn't pick up even the kill on Roshan there. And Manly Play 2 just running in like that.
Yeah.
And that sleep hit Crazy on the very edge of that sentry's detection. Like the very edge.
And of course Lifestealer then coming out, eating everybody up. And just not enough damage to take down Crazy. Roar comes out. Crazy doesn't have his BKB for this fight. Does have an Aegis though.
Yeah, but he'll just back out. They don't want to just waste the Aegis for no reason, so they're gonna back out, regen up a bit, and then go back in. I don't think they have to fully commit here, or even should fully commit here. They're not. They're just backing out completely.
Yep.
Arzard does have the Force Staff up, and has had it up for a little while now. That is a really good pickup against the Beastmaster, because if your teammate's facing the right way, you can just force them away from any follow-up that's going to be coming. Also, Force Staff up on Lich. Darkseer. Darkseer's working towards the pipe.
And he actually is a level 11. But they're only still the number 1 in the wall. Actually, the wall's not that big of a deal this game, because the copies that he gets are not that strong. Alchemist, of course, still very much behind in terms of gold.
But it deals damage.
But yeah, it does deal damage, but it's not as big of a deal if you are up against a stronger team. In a way.
True.
Every little bit helps, though. Still strong. Lua almost has his BKB. That's gonna be something, but he won't have it up in time for the defense of the tier 2 tower bottom.
And even with the BKB, it doesn't do much other than cast spells right now.
Wow, Crazy actually popped Dragon Form for this, so they look to push it on to go high ground maybe on the tier 3. Let's see how far they get. They have the BKB up, they have the Aegis, they've got everything that they want to have. And they're walking right into the acid spray. TP comes in from the Weaver, fortification already there, and Feeble up on Illidan. It's Crazy sitting invisible, stunned up, but will be able to live through it.
But once again, Alchemist stunning him. He's got 27 armor now, and takes pretty much no damage from Alch stuns.
Nice Ice Path up on 2. Kabu's gonna be the first target there. That's gonna be a kill. Lich ultimate bouncing through. Nice bounce, by the way. Luo going down from that one, as well as the Beastmaster. That's 3 dead. Still a Sagam, actually no, that as well. Kabu, who already died once, bought back, goes down again, gets help. But helps with taking down Crazy. Icy able to take down the Aegis from him. Chases down KSI, gets the kill. It is a 4-on-5 trade. And Crazy gets himself out. Should be getting himself out, unless there's a Nightmare still. Oh, he dodges the range, or dodges the vision. He's able to get away.
He wouldn't have died anyway to those 2 heroes. They can't kill him. That was unfortunate timing for VP, because right as they throw out the Ice Path, Fiend's Grip went off, and Ice Path is great at canceling Fiend's Grip because it's such a long-range disable. Instead, there was so much commitment onto Illidan, right after the Fiend's Grip, Alchemist Stun, and Beastmaster ult all being thrown on him, that he just died and couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, we had a buyback for 2 supports, by the way. Both Gabu as well as Sagam actually were able to buy back, which is quite surprising because there are 2 supports, but still good for them. They were able to help with killing off the rest of VirtusPro.
Icy's still alive, and he got money from all of those kills from being around, and he's got a Lincoln's now.
Same story for Dragon Knight, though. He did lose his Aegis, but in the end, I mean, it was a 4 for 5 trade.
Yep, and DK picks up a Hyperstone working towards an AC.
Pretty strong. Goldcraft going the way of VirtusPro still, but it's being kept even right now. With all the outer towers down, this is Rattlesnake just holding on. And the moment that they start taking down tier 2 towers, they will be getting stronger again. I mean, if they are reaching the tier 2 towers again. I mean, if you're able to hold your own when you are ahead or behind in gold, every little bit of
one thing I will say is that all of the Chinese teams, or not even just Chinese, Eastern teams, are a lot stronger in general at holding their base and holding the high ground advantage than the Western teams. They are really good at buckling down, having the best positioning possible, and the best spell usage possible to make sure that they don't let their base get cracked.
They got pretty good turtle abilities as well, though. I mean, for their heroes, they've got axes, acid spray, no lightning on Kabu just yet, but Splitter is still pretty nice as well. And of course the Weaver with his Shikushi. Pretty nice turtle abilities. As Crazy with the Shadow Blade looking for a kill, might be able to find Kabu here actually, but doesn't end up going for it. Level 16 with his dragon form.
One thing I will say about Kabu that is a mistake that plagues a lot of Leshraks is when you go the Edict build, which is in my opinion the better build because it gives you a lot of push potential. Especially if you're able to just stay alive through fights and then your team wins the fight, you can just get towers so quickly and easily with Edict. But in these fights, you want to throw out a couple of stuns first. They wait for the cooldown, it's only 9 seconds, throw out a couple of those before you run in with Edict. If you sit in the front like he's doing now, you just die.
Vacuum. That's gonna be Kabu dead, Lanham dead, Fiend's Grip still up on the Crazy, but there's no damage going through, and that will be Sagam being forced back as well. Nightmares himself, but one more hit away from dying. Actually, it's Illidan that's the one that dies, overextending slightly, and Ness still goes down though, as well by Icy, forcing them out, and VirtusPro get forced out of the enemy base purely by being maybe slightly too aggressive here.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Illidan's using Infest to initiate in fights when he's against the Necro 3. That Necro 3 from Lanham has done a lot of work in both of these last 2 fights. If he just Infests to kill off one of the 2 Necros, preferably the melee one with feedback, that's so helpful for his team.
Yeah, I mean, they still didn't get the tier 3 tower.
And actually, Arzard on THD picked up a Dominator so he can steal one of the Necro buffs. That's something that you'll only see when the supports are super far ahead.
And they are.
But it is a smart play from him.
I mean, this twin-headed dragon Jakiro is only 1k gold behind the Alchemist, Luo, who has now picked up a BKB. And it has got points into his Grievous Greed, but...
See, and that BKB isn't enough. Having Grievous Greed is going to help, and max assets first so he can farm up a bunch fairly quickly. So look at how slow he attacks because he has phase boots. He's just a spellcaster in these fights. His right clicks are not threatening at all.
Oh, sad Alchemist. Indeed. Rattlesnake able to defend their base twice in a row now will put VirtusPro maybe slightly back, but they are trying again. Going bottom this time, maybe putting it, making it a bit smarter with going just for buildings. Going for structures rather than for kills. That would probably be a good start, especially just taking out a tier 3 tower. I mean, that helps a ton already.
Yep.
And with the Rage Lifestealer and with the Dragon Knight there in his ultimate form, I think they can take down the Rex very soon. In comes Lua though with a stun. Gets it up on Illidan.
VP has to be careful though, because if they keep forcing this and being unsuccessful, they're gonna find themselves throwing away the game.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about throwing.
A little bit.
I can see it coming
gets
before it
turned
happens.
on Crazy.
Wow.
Indeed goes for kills rather than for towers. Stun up on 2. Luo tries to do what he can. Fiend's Grip already interrupted. Still a nice split earth and a roar though. Illidan can't do anything this entire fight. goes down together with his with his Darkseer. Down goes Crazy as well. He gets stunned up, dusted up as well. Split Earth comes out. That's gonna be Crazy dead, and that is 3 dead on the side of VirtusPro. They are slowly but steadily making Rattlesnake stronger and stronger in this game, as our start will be one to go down here as well. Ice Path comes in, but that doesn't really matter. Ownage.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
The the mistakes that were made. Look at them. They're angrily pinging each other about the mistakes that each of them made in that fight. Like, you can tell with those pings that they're discussing what was going on. And I'm assuming that there's some frustration involved because
I bet
they have been performing well. This game they were early, and then now they're losing control of the game.
Yes, they're losing it fast as well. I mean, that gold graph is making a nosedive. Experience graph already crashed towards the 0 line, so that's gonna be the Rattlesnake.
I've seen these graphs before.
Back in the game. Icy looking for a nest, might go for a solo kill, but in comes Illidan. He should be able to force Icy away. Surge up, force staff forward, and he goes the wrong way. Did he have vision? Nope.
They've got a couple of sentries on Lich, but they're not going to catch it anyway.
No gem.
Smoke up from the supports from Rattlesnake. They're starting to get a little confidence, you know, going for these kills outside of their base now. I think they also realize that VP isn't going to just keep ramming their heads into their base and giving them free kills off their mistakes.
Well, at this point, is it not too late for VirtusPro? Like, is it already... Like, it's back to even again, I think. And maybe Rattlesnake even has an edge. Or you still
I don't think it's
VirtusPro
back
has
to
it?
even yet. I think VirtusPro is still at an advantage. They just have to play these team fights better. They're still closing in on... They have such big team fight items. They have Mech Pipe and Vlad's up that help out a lot if they take these team fights properly. They are just about to get AC. I think it might be flying out. Yeah. Wait, is it? No, he's 500 gold off. 400 gold off. So AC's almost completed.
Roshan already down to half HP. Because both teams want to have it, so this is going to be a stand down for whoever gets there first. And that's going to be 200 gold.
Sit in there. With this medallion up on Sagam and the acid down, you could just sit in there and go after Roche, and VP knows this.
Yeah, they're gonna go in. Infest out already there. Here comes a Dragon Form. Dragon Tail up on Luo. That's a big one. Roar goes up on Crazy though, and now BKB up on Luo as well. Vacuum into the Darkseer roll. Still Luo drops. Looking for the next target. In comes the Chain Frost. Sagam will be the only one that gets hit by that though. But still Kabu goes down. Forced off to the low ground from the Lich. Finds himself Roshan. In comes Icy. Icy gets himself a kill. Gets himself an Ice Path as well. And then Lincolns gets popped. Still tries to run the Dragon Form, or the Dragon Tail is actually on cooldown, so he can't get that one anymore. Looks like Roshan will still go down. Maybe Icy can steal it. Dragon Tail, Icy, maybe Icy overextends. Mecropire Ice Path up on 3. Icy already time-lapsed himself out. He still lives. Goes for Arsart next. Still Roshan in the mix of this. We're gonna see Roshan though. See who gets it. Jakiro still goes down. Aegis and Radiant picked up by Crazy. Roar still up on Crazy. They might be able to get the Aegis straight off. Looks to be the case. Crazy dies. We'll be back up momentarily. KSI put in a Nightmare. Rattlesnake only have to deal with 1 or 2 more heroes rather. KSI and Crazy. They are the 2 that are still left in this. Crazy's trying to run for it with his Shadow Blade. Gets stunned up. Gets killed off as well. That's gonna be Split Earth. That's gonna be Crazy dead. And that is gonna be the only hero that lives is actually KSI. So in the end, Rattlesnake. I mean, a lot of buybacks were used for Rattlesnake for that one as well. They bought back Luo and they bought back Kabu. But still, Rattlesnake get out ahead.
They definitely came out a little bit ahead there. The one thing that I do want to say that's deceptive a bit about this gold graph is it doesn't incorporate the gold spent on buybacks, which is why looking at network is always a lot better. So the Rattlesnake has won a bunch of fights in a row. Oh, there's another word coming out.
Nice vacuum into the dual breath still there. Time lapse already from Icy. He's looking for a target. Can't really find one just yet. As KSI is actually wanting to take down Lanham. Should be able to get that. Surges himself up. Jakiro already goes down. Lanham now gets dropped as well. It is already, or Crazy's actually still dead. Doesn't have a buyback there. KSI forced staff into safety. Not going to be enough though. Actually, the Iron Shell taking down the Necronomicon Warrior. That's going to be quite painful. The backlash that you get from that kills you.
And what I was trying to say is, with all these fights that Rattlesnake's won in a row, they brought the game back, and the main person that's been benefiting from all these won fights is Icy, because he hasn't been dying.
Yeah.
And through a couple, he was able to get his Lancer. Now he's able to build up a Desolator as well. Meanwhile, Luo is working towards that AC, and Rattlesnake, all of a sudden, they're the ones in control of this game.
Dire's structures
Yep.
are
AC is
fortified.
completed now for Crazy.
You think
All
it will
it'll
make a
take is
difference?
one. It'll definitely help out a lot, but I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference. The big problem is they're not getting off big vacuum combos in these team fights. They need to get rid of the control from Rattlesnake. They need to get rid of this Bane and this Beastmaster early on in fights. But Beastmaster has Necrobook and Ag's Roar, so he's gonna be able to get roars off at the start of the fight almost always. And Landham's positioning has been extremely solid this game. He's not in a position to get picked off first, which is something that VP desperately needs.
And no roars would be nice to have. And Lana, with that Aghanim, I mean, that long-range roar, it's going to make sure that he normally, in theory, should never be out of position. Just try and get that roar going.
In theory.
In theory. The gem that Arsart bought, now sitting in the hands of Kabu on his Leshrac. Gonna be handy for all those Shadow Blades that VirtusPro has. I say all those, but it's basically just crazy. Hog dodges the breathe fire. And VirtusPro, I mean, you know, they're gonna try again. Bottom lane, 5 people. This time though, split push going on. Icy is able to push down a bottom tier 3 tower perhaps, but they're gonna go for the tier 3 tower. Tier 3 will drop this fight. Pipe is already up. Kabu goes down, Gem up drops on the floor, Fiend's Grip up on Illidan.
Good
Icy
Fiend's Grip.
looking for it. Roar goes on Icy as well. In comes Luo. Icy, or Illidan is still alive, gets force-staffed into safety. Lich Ultimate bouncing through. Brilliant Lich Ultimate actually. Lanham is able to disjoint it in the end. Icy getting stuck in ice. Pun intended. It is VirtusPro that is playing it more careful this time. Not diving very far. Going for the Rex next. Crazy actually. I just said that they weren't diving, but they are now. Melee Rex, one more hit, there we go, that's a kill. Arsart making sure that ends. VirtusPro, they back, they know that they need to back. This was the best push that VirtusPro has so far. I mean, not just because they were getting a Roshan, or sorry, Rex in return, but also because they just didn't overcommit. First time.
Yeah, that was only one hero that died that whole time. That was a really, really solid max range Fiend's Grip from Sagam. He was positioned. I'm gonna circle it real quick. All the way back here, so there's no way that anyone's gonna cancel that. Then, as the roar came out, solid force staffs from the supports on VP kept Illidan alive.
Yeah.
And there was so much commitment from Rattlesnake onto him. Then the Chain Frost comes out as well, and then all of a sudden Rattlesnake has to turn around and run away. And VP's like, okay, you're gonna do that, we're just gonna hit your buildings. And they take out the racks.
Of course, the gem that Kabu dropped when he died is still in the hands of Rattlesnake. So Kabu managed to pick that one up. But VirtusPro, I mean, they've got now their bottom lane achievement finally done. I'm looking to go middle.
I feel like they should get a medal for finally taking that
Yeah.
out. It's so hard to push into the base of Chinese teams. Kabu's had some questionable positioning. He's like the one person on Rattlesnake that's had bad positioning.
He's the one
Sagam
person on
had it,
Rattlesnake
like,
that died
once.
8 times.
Yeah. Everyone else though has been pretty solid in defending their base.
Oh, Luo going for stun. Not really
Yep,
doing that much
and-
though.
Bottom tower
Rank 4
has
stun
fallen.
dealing 100 damage to Dragon Knight because it's physical damage and he has, 46 armor, standard.
The Dragon Form pop like crazy. He's actually gonna try to find the Weaver, but Weaver's already out. Sentry Ward gets placed to plenty.
Weaver's such a sneaky snake. And Icy's been playing absolutely amazing this game. He's a big time bright spot
Yeah,
for his team.
he's planning on going in again.
Maybe he just picks off the sentry for free. Goes back to the high ground where he's nice and safe.
And the moment that VirtusPro commits, he's gonna be trying to backstab those supports.
Yep, and look at Illidan, he's just trying to chase him out. Up, drop a ward. Nice. He's like, hey, thank you. I'll kill that.
Yeah.
Now you know I'm here. Congrats.
VirtusPro need to rethink their battle plan. Ooh, Arsart. Maybe still in a little bit of trouble. Here comes the sentry again. This time on the high ground.
And the Hawk spotted that sentry, so Icy isn't going to chase up that hill. Yet. Now that the DK form's down, though, they're going in.
Yeah, Luo already charging up his stun, looking for a target. Crazy, popping his BKB.
Oh, crazy.
That's going to be stunning himself. Icepath helping out as well. Luo is going to be the target. They will be able to kill off KSI in the meantime, though.
Buyback
helping out for that one. In comes a Macropire, looking for targets. Infest out, looking for Kabu. Nightmare keeping Kabu safe for a little while, but Kabu still dies. Icy gets himself a double kill by killing off the Lich.
Dire's top tower is under
And Crazy,
Icy
still no Dragon
to
form.
go back in towards Jakira's. Jakira's Ghost Scepter's on cooldown. You will land him to target for VP.
Yep, they just exchange kills right now. Crazy looking for it, and Icy now finds himself in between Crazy and Illidan. Time-lapse himself away. One Dragon Tail could cost him, but Crazy is actually completely out of mana at this point. He has to run for it right now. Goes into Intreads, but that won't help him. No mana for him means no life. He has got his BKB soon, but that won't save him from that Desolator, and that should be Crazy dead. Shadowblade, but the gem is there. No miss from the low ground. Godlike Icy right now. 4 heroes dead.
Another team fight won by Rattlesnake.
It was a very awkward team fight, though.
Yeah, like Weaver was just ignored that entire time.
Yeah.
VP used a lot of disables on top of each other. Specifically, the Ice Paths and Dragon Tails were always stacked with each other, and they had good target focus, but they just never focused the one that's actually dealing damage. That was a team fight that I thought VP should have won as well, because of the way it started. That was a massive mistake from Luo to stun himself there and not pop his BKB. And he definitely paid the price. He died instantly, didn't have buyback.
Yeah.
But thankfully, Icy was ignored completely, and he did so much damage with that entire fight. Now he's got an MKB up.
Yeah, good luck taking him down. He's only died still that 2 times in the start of the game. Since then, he just got 10 kills. He's godlike right now, so 10 kills for him. Bottom lane did maybe do some damage to the tier 4s and the buildings. Not that much though, and of course that's something that Rattlesnake has to be taken into account every time they leave the base. That bottom lane is gonna push in. It's gonna be the blessing for VirtusPro, who is so far, I mean, they're still in this game, but with Icy getting bigger and bigger, it's getting very scary for them.
Oh yeah. And they're not working towards anything like Sheepstick on any of their heroes. They have Ghost Scepters as a response to him. KSI obviously went for the pipe, so it would have been very hard for him to go for a Hex afterwards. He's not getting that level of farm this game. Arzart went for the Dominator because of the Necro Book. He's used it a couple of times, and it's worked out for him. But he also has a Ghost Scepter, so he's nowhere near a Hex. And then the Lich has been doing all the warding. He also bought a Vlad's Up team fight item, and he wants to get a Ghost Scepter for himself, which he's got right now if he wants it.
Yeah,
there it is.
There it is. Good items coming out for the supports, but yeah, no
And
extra
look at
control.
Icy on top.
Oh.
Icy's just like, hi DK, I'm gonna chase you
Ooh,
down.
that's gonna be Dragon Tail. They can take him down. That's gonna be Gem. Going away first pro. That's huge.
That's no buyback either. So
941 gold going the way of the Dragon Knight.
VP needs to push right about now, because that was the cockiest play that I've ever seen Icy make in this tournament. We cast them, of course, the wildcard match plus in this match, or this game 1 and game 2 here. But he's usually playing really disciplined, and right there he just got cocky. The Lincolns got popped by Lifestealer and instantly Dragon Tailed and just dead during that.
Yep.
Free Roshan with cheese for VP.
If they want it, they want to go high ground
But
though.
they want to go, yeah, they want to get middle racks.
Still 50 seconds without.
They're probably
Weaver.
thinking that he has the buyback up, and they just want to try to bait it out. They're not going to fully commit to this, but when they realize, hey, he doesn't have buyback, they're going to go all out.
Yeah, in comes the Dragon Form. Pipe goes up as well. Tier 3 tower first target. In comes a stun, but yeah, that doesn't do damage. It's just slowing down the push, which is for now quite nice as well. Split Earth does the same. Open wounds up on Luo. Dragon Tail there as well. Gets force staffed into safety though, and Illidan and VirtusPro very composed, not chasing that down. 20 seconds without the Weaver. Icepath comes in on Kabu. He gets a Dragon Tail. Force staff into safety. Vacuum there as well. Now they chase it down. Nightmare upon Kabu. Kabu will still go down. Tier 3 as well. And now Rax. That is gonna be VirtusPro in a nice position for this game. Should be able to get melee Rex maybe, or ranged Rex maybe too. Yep, they are. And now back off.
Weaver's about to res.
Yeah, they're. Oh, this could be troublesome though. I mean, Kabu
They
is still
have
dead.
their major ults, yeah.
Luo stunning himself soon if he's not careful. Vacuum in there. Luo getting stunned again, stuns himself. It is gonna be a kill going the way of VirtusPro. Buyback all around. Luo buys back as well as KSI, who just died as well. The tier 3 tower lives in the bottom or the top lane. Not very convincingly though, but Rattlesnake, they do force VirtusPro out of the base. Roshan is of course still up.
And I think that's what Rattlesnake is gonna go run straight to. They have a lot of modest armor. They will blow Roshan up real quick. And they saw that Crazy TV'd back to base. Crazy also has to go to the fountain, but he doesn't want to.
Oh.
He wants to try and stop them from getting this Roshan. But BP really, they can't. They cannot defend this Rosh.
One of the things that I thought was so big about killing off Icy earlier on was that they also got the gem with that, but with KSI just dying again, they gave the gem away. Icy, he got back up alive, got a kill, get his gem back. Aegis on the floor, Cheese on the floor. In comes a stun, up on Icy. Cheese gets picked up by Crazy, he gets it, turns on his BKB, pops his Dragon form, goes for Luo. Luo is gonna try to run, won't be able to do so. Darkseer already dead in this as Icy is getting chased down. They get the vision. Dragon Tail there as well. That's gonna be the gem. Back into the hands soon. Actually, there's still Aegis. I forgot about that one for a second. Let's see if they can take it down. Tries to run. Lincoln's already popped. 4 staff into safety. Rattlesnake and there with 4 Ice Pet doesn't hit anybody. And Icy actually thinking about maybe coming back into this. Illidan already finding Lanham. Edict trying to stop Illidan from going on him. Actually successfully so.
Look at VP's focus fire here.
I'm not sure what Sagam was thinking.
Every single person is splitting up on their team.
Sagam's still alive, but 70 HP. Brain Stab won't keep him up. Lifestealer with the unstoppable streak. Nice Ice Path up on 2. Lanham gonna be the one to die. Lifestealer already killed off Icy. Now also, yeah, that's gonna be team wipe. That is GG. VirtusPro win themselves a game, and I think actually with this game, did they seal their own fate as well as the fate of Rattlesnake, like having both teams now guaranteed not to be in the top 4?
The bottom 4.
Yeah.
That was okay. That roar from Lan knocked Crazy directly on top of the cheese.
Yeah.
Talk about an unfortunate roar right there. That was some solid counter throw from Rattlesnake. I wouldn't say that they had the game won by any means. They were down 2 sets of racks, but they were in a position where they were still alive and kicking, and then that was just an awful team fight from them.
This was the second game for this matchup, actually. I just realized that we're gonna have more games coming up. The next one will be Mouse Sports for the first time for us. Mouse Sports versus MUFC will be the game that we'll see next. So stick around for a Group A match once again. And we're gonna see 2 games between those two. Probably about a 10-minute break. But we'll be right back with Mouse Sports versus MUFC.